This video is the 8th in a series of short videos providing an introduction to the use of T-Web. They will make most sense if watched in order. In this video, I'm going to have a look at amendments to a booked project, specifically in terms of the impact of amendments on bookings and the importance of internal coherence in the project. We will also have a look at situations where multiple backlists may be necessary. It may be necessary to amend a booked project either because of providers or the client. If a provider cannot confirm a service requested, it must be replaced with what can be confirmed, or a client might request a change to the itinerary, passenger or rooming list. For a booked project, amendments will result in amendments being sent to suppliers, so they should be made in an ordered manner. It is also important to maintain the coherence of the project. If there is a change to the time for a service, for example for the transfer on the 3rd from 6:05 to 7:45, an amendment will be generated for the service, indicated by a flashing red light in Service Basket. Click on Booking Management to see the amendment, here specifying that it was a change of time. Click Send Booking Mails to send the amendment to the supplier. If there is a change to the passenger number, for example, adding a single room, because the number of packs increases, the status will be reset to RQ and an amendment will be generated for all the affected services, indicated with a flashing red light in Service Basket. Click on Booking Management, note the amendments, specifying that the number of passengers or rooms have changed. Click Send Booking Mails. The emails generated by the amendment specifies what has changed and indicates the new booking required to help suppliers identify and process the amendment correctly. If accommodation is unconfirmed or waitlisted, it needs to be replaced. This can be done using the replace function. For example, for the night at Sitatunga, in the search engine, find an alternative, and click on the Replace button. Confirm Replace. In Service Basket, note that Sitatunga has been removed and Zulunyala added, pending to be sent. Or it can be replaced, for example for Rockwell, using the Alternatives function. See the tutorial on alternatives for more details. If the booking consultant already confirmed an alternative, both the original, here Rockwell, and the alternative, here Fountains, will appear. The original service must be removed and the alternative validated. For the alternative, to validate, select Service as per project. However the change is made, if you remove a waitlisted service, for example Oudtshoorn, a cancellation is generated. Once sent, it is hidden and can be seen by clicking on Show CXD. If you remove an unconfirmed service, for example Port Elizabeth, nothing is generated. The booking is simply removed from the project. If you replace one service with another from the same provider, for example for Knysna, selecting Luxury to replace the Superior room, it generates an amendment consisting of a cancellation for the previous service and a booking for the new service. Showing the previous service as partial cancellation and the new one as new booking. If you change the date for a service, for example for Johannesburg from 9 to 8, it generates an amendment showing the previous date as partial cancellation and the new one as new booking. if the passengers do not all travel together at all times. For example, if one passenger arrives a day after the other passengers. In the passenger list, create a rooming list for the one passenger on her own, and create a rooming list for all 5 passengers together. The original passenger list reflects just the 4. In Service Basket, at present all services are linked to this rooming list. This can be maintained for the first day. From the second day on, the services need to be linked to the 5 packs list. Note that the change generates an amendment email pending to be sent and that the status is reset to request because of the increase in passenger numbers. For the second day, add the transfer that the single passenger will require. Make sure that all the necessary updates to the project are done before sending the amendments to avoid sending and resending. Sometimes when services are added, removed or replaced, mistakes can slip in. For example, an incorrect pickup location for the car rental, or the service position might become mixed up, or if there was a change in the flight detail, for example from a direct Cape Town to Hoedspruit flight to a Cape Town Johannesburg Hoedspruit flight, consider, are updates necessary to transfers and car rental? Or if there was a change in hotels, for example from Rockwell to Fountains, are there any updates necessary to the locations for the transfers or day tours, which reflect the name of the hotel? In the case of multiple packs list, is provision made for all the passengers from start to finish? For example, if one passenger leaves a day early, is a transfer for that passenger provided for? Or are there any overlaps? For example, if the group splits into different rooms at the hotel, each type of room should be linked to the appropriate rooming list. For example, 2-bed cottage to quad and deluxe to a single. If one of the room types is linked to the default packs list, here the all packs, it means that for some packs, more than one room, it's being booked. Here the single passenger, figuring in both the all packs list and the single packs list. All of these things should be checked and corrected before sending any amendments. And that is it. Thank you for watching.